Here are 10 basses that every producer should have in their toolkit. So number 1, we're gonna start with the sub bass, and all it is a sine wave pitched down. I know you guys are watching on your phone, you can't hear that. This is the most versatile of all the basses. You can use it for genres like R&B, hip hop. If you set it to portamento, you can do things like sub drops. And one of the best ways to use this is with layering. For example, let's say we have a bass like this. It's really colorful, but we need to thicken it up, so we can simply add a sub bass to it. Before and after. Number 2, we're gonna talk about the long 808. Really similar to the sub bass, but it's more distorted, so it has a lot more presence. Here's an example. Very popular in hip hop genres like trap and drill, where you can do 808 slides. Let me cook for a second. You know, something like this. Kind of sounds like Beethoven. So for number 3, we're gonna take a look at the short, plucky 808. Easily the most iconic sound in hip hop right now. So instead of a long 808 like this, we are using a short 808. Now, the reason they're so hard hitting is because of the sound design. Because simply having a short envelope won't give you that punchy sound. Because if you look at the transients, you can see that they're layering a kick, and that's what's giving it its punch. So if you want a punchy 808, make sure you kind of look out for this transient. These 808s can range in distortion and color. But if you guys are just starting out, the 2 most popular ones I would recommend are the Spins 808, that sounds like this, or the Zay 808. So for number 4, we're going to talk about an analog bass that was popularized by Benny X, the one that goes bow. And let me show you guys how to make it. We're going to start off with a saw wave like this, and we're going to layer a sine wave under it. And the sound really comes from moving resonance. I have a filter here. I'm going to crank up the resonance so you can see the little peak. And then all I'm going to do is a really easy LFO, and I'm going to move that to the cutoff. And then I'm just moving it to the sweet spot. There you go. Now, if you want to use it the way that Benny X uses it, it's more of a secondary bass. It's not the main bass, but it's the second one that adds color in some moments. For number 5, we're going to be talking about the log drum. So this is a short, plucky bass with a really strong attack. It sounds like this. This is popular in a lot of genres like amapiano and EDM. Now, because the sound is so plucky and short, it gives you a lot of cool opportunities to do rolls and a lot of movement. Little roll here. For number 6, we're going to be talking about the upright bass. Now, this one isn't used much in modern music, but if you guys are sample makers, then having an upright bass is essential for your toolkit. Now, because this is a live instrument, one-shots might not do the job for you. If you want it to sound realistic, I would recommend going for a VST. My personal favorite is Trillion Acoustic Upright and Full Range Vintage, this one right here. Sounds like I'm about to get mugged in an alley or something by Pink Panther. So if you're making vintage samples, this is a really great bass to have. For number 7, let's move on to the live bass. Looks like this, sounds like this. Once again, another really versatile bass. You can use it for R&B, hip hop, pop, the list goes on and on. And because it's a live instrument, there are so many interesting things you can do with it. You can do bass slaps with it. You can slide down the strings. And if you pair it with a plugin like Guitar Rig, then you can make a lot more colors. Moving on to number 8, we have the Reese bass. This is a long sustained analog sound that's really good for dark genres like R&B and trap. Let me show you guys how to make it really quickly. So for the Reese bass, the main sound comes from the amount of voices you're using. And all you have to do after that is just take off the high end. Yeah, there you go. This sound specifically sounds really good if you're using it in portamento. And once again, it's really good for those dark sounds like dark R&B, dark trap, dark hip hop. For number 9, we're gonna move on to the analog pluck. You're gonna be hearing this one mostly in R&B. This sound is really similar to the Reese bass. The main difference would be in the envelope. So once again, let's bring up the voices. Not as many this time. Let's change the envelope so it's all plucky. Oh, wrong envelope. Let's put a filter and let's put that on the cutoff. And once again, really good for R&B. I always love doing a double hit on the downbeat with these. And for number 10, we're going to be talking about distorted basses. This is basically using any of the basses we had before, but adding a lot more distortion to them. So starting from this, you can go to something like this, or even like this. That was loud. Now, what's important about these ones is you have to use the basses really carefully. Because if you look at an EQ, you can see it starts to take up a lot of frequencies, which means if you have basses taking up a lot of space, you have to make room for them. So for example, I have this bass here. Really distorted, but what I'm doing is heavily sidechaining it to the kick so that they don't clash. And on top of that, I'm making a lot of space in the offbeats for that bass to be by itself. So here it is. This beat also has a lot of distorted basses, but I'm not doing too much on the top end, so they have room for it. And those are the 10 basses. I'm gonna leave a free download link in the description below if you want to get all the basses I talked about in this video. Make sure you guys comment below what you want me to show you guys next, and that's about it for now. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys soon.
If you have any suggestions, leave a comment. If you like this video, leave a like. If you really like this video, subscribe. If you didn't like this video, leave. Just leave. Get out of here.